Motion is presented. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Thank you very much. Ma'am.
One thing that I'd like to address this evening, and I have prepared comments.
Sure.
Allow me. I'm here to address the City Council and you, Mr. Mayor, in particular. My response to your email invitation for a joint meeting to discuss your proposal for the high school lighting project was obviously not well received based on the caustic remarks in your subsequent email. You called me the following morning in a somewhat conciliatory tone. We had a pleasant conversation, Tom. I came to an understanding, and I believed at that time that life would move on. Unfortunately, you failed to mention your disparaging remarks expressed in public during the roundtable discussion at this council's meeting last Tuesday. And now, based on the headlines in Sunday's paper, it would appear that my correspondence with you, Mr. Mayor, has found its way to the press. I would ask Mr. Delcourt, would you care to enlighten me as to how you came to be in possession of the correspondence that the mayor and I had?
I sent it to you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you. First, I'd like to offer a brief review of the events in this matter. Secondly, I'd like to restate my position to the council and to inform the public of where the high school board stands on this issue. The members of the Semper Bond Fund Committee made a recommendation to the council to appropriate $50,000 as seed money for the lighting proposal. The contortions that this council went through in considering this basic proposal were breathtaking, and the end result was dumbfounding. The City Council sent one of its residents to appear before the Berrytown Select Board asking for a $90,000 obligation from the taxpayers of Berrytown for an institution, the high school, over which the Select Board has no authority. So let's unwind this entire matter and set some things straight. The Select Board has no jurisdiction over the high school property and its finances. Let's take them out of the equation altogether. The Union High School Board is the governing body which the council should be talking with. The proposal approved by the council, which the board has been asked to consider, calls for leverage.
Actually, why don't we just wait? I think they're doing some construction from the big dig out. I think Steve's asking them to stop. Sorry about that.
I think the door was open.
No, I think he's asking them to stop. I think they've stopped. I'm sorry, continue.
So the proposal approved by the council, which the board has been asked to consider, calls for leveraging funds on a purported one-to-one match between the city and the town. The taxpayers of Berrytown would be paying $90,000 under this proposal. The Berry City taxpayers would pay nothing. That's not a one-to-one match. It's a non-starter. I'd respectfully ask the council to revisit its decision of the original recommendation of the Semper Bond Fund Committee. A straight up or down vote would give some deference to the time and effort these folks spent in developing the recommendation. The seed money for this project could certainly serve as the impetus to move the project forward sooner rather than later, and it's certainly worthy of consideration. As I stated in my email and reiterated in my phone conversation with you, Tom, the priority for the high school board at this time is the roof replacement project. And for the record, the athletic field renovations have not been abandoned. They're part of our long-term campus and facility improvement plan, which has been approved by the full board. On one final note, I want to express how deeply disappointed I was to hear the comments critical of the Spalding High School Board and my leadership. You may disagree with my decision, but your personal attacks are uncalled for, and I believe an apology is in order for denigrating the members of the high school board and its leadership. I would also ask you folks to give some consideration to looking at and learning about the